Munster played their first game under Director of Rugby Razzie Erasmus and his backroom team at the Waterford RSC last Friday when they hosted Zebre in round 1 of the Kearys Renault Series. John Ryan, Niall Scannell and Stephen Archer made up the front row, with recent academy graduate and injury returnee John Madigan starting alongside captain Billy Holland in the second row. David Callahan and academy flanker Conor Oliver joined Waterford's own Jack O'Donoghue in completing the pack. Duncan Williams and Ian Keatley were at half-back, with Clontarf clubman and Munster debutant Colm O'Shea partnering Cian Bohan in midfield. Ronan O'Mahony and Darren Sweetnam took charge of the flanks, with academy speedster Stephen Fitzgerald completing the back three. Unseasonable gale force winds and rain dictated matters on the field as it played out to be a stop-start affair, with opportunities for running rugby few and far between. In the opening 40 minutes, Munster played into the wind, with out-half Ian Keatley adapting to the conditions favourably, and it was the number 10's well-timed grubber kicks that provided the platform for two of Munster's tries, the first coming from man of the match Darren Sweetnam. Keatley instigated the opening try, with the first kick ahead finding lively centre Colm O'Shea. He broke the tackle before a second Keatley kick, and when that wasn't dealt with by Zebre winger Vendetti, Sweetnam pounced for the opening try. A period of sustained Zebre pressure followed and Munster closed out the half deep inside their own 22. However, the defence remained solid and the visitors were unable to capitalise, the score remaining 5-0 in Munster's favour at the break. While Keatley's opening conversion attempt fell foul of the gale force winds in the first half, he was on the money and adding the extras on 54 minutes after Ronan O'Mahony crossed for Munster's second. A Keatley grubber off the back of a solid Munster scrum was beautifully weighted for the oncoming O'Mahony, and Munster were out to a 12-0 lead. Excellent running and hands then saw Munster make it 3 tries, local man Jack O'Donoghue making the initial headway before debutant academy player Dan Goggin hit the gap and found Sweetnam on his right for the Corkman's second of the night. A further 11 players made their senior debuts for the province in the second half. Peter McCabe, new senior recruits John Andrus and Darren O'Shea, academy players Gavin Coombs, Shane Daly, Calvin Nash, Brian Scott, Ollie Lyons and Dan Goggin, sub-academy player Conor Fitzgerald and club representative John Poland of Cork all saw game time. Solid at set piece and firm in defence all game, Munster did well to finish out the game strongly, maintaining most of the late possession and keeping the hugely physical Italians scoreless all game. Munster now welcome Donegal O'Callaghan's Worcester Warriors to Irish Independent Park this Friday at 7 p.m. for the second encounter of the Kearys Renault Series.
It was a tough physical game, conditions were poor, but we got a good result in the end. It was a tough first half, they came with everything and it was a real physical up front battle, and we found it hard to break them down the first half, but I think once we got into our game plan and into our phase and stuff, we kind of kicked on in the second half. Delighted to play here in the RSC's first run out, and hopefully now we'll get a few more matches down here. Yeah, the lungs were burning, I say, after about 20 minutes or so, but once you get your second wind, I think it's nice to get one game under your belt anyway, and especially getting two, hopefully now leading into a tough Pro 12.